What's up, guys? I have an agenda. I never really. Somebody asked me that the other day, and by the way, it's a beautiful day today. It was cloudy this morning. It was super hot yesterday, and then the sun just kind of rolled back, and I just took the puppy dog down to the water, but she didn't want to go down there because there was a guy and his kids. They had all had scooters, and you could hear the kids. She could hear the kids down there, so she didn't want to go down there. That's okay. Anyway, yeah, it was a beautiful day today, but I do have an agenda. Somebody asked me that the other day, and I had to think. So what's your agenda? I was like, I think we all have agendas. If you're trying to do anything, you've got some kind of agenda. And I think my agenda really is so that everybody can admit that they are self-proclaimed doctors. So that nothing out there, anything out there will ever affect you negatively. That you can see everything neutrally and see where it's being created from. So much of our world is, built on momentum. Energy has momentum. And so, depending on how conscious you are, you'll see that you're unconsciously just transmitting the same thing that's projected at you. Creates groups of people, that have different ideas that just create momentum. And so, as you're growing more self-aware, and you can create new thought forms and new energy, not based on anything else, that anything else is being transmitted around you, then that creates freedom. Because you're no longer a slave to those things. And I think that there's only really one path to do that, and Jesus taught it. Other ascended masters tried to teach something similar, but there isn't anything that's not coming from or going back to the heart, which is why unconditional love is so powerful, because it doesn't disconnect you from everything that's being transmitted, but you're also not being affected by it at the same time. You're creating your own state of being. We can all go and try and get PhDs from schools, but that's just kind of moving in some other momentum that's being transmitted to us. All of our bodies heal themselves. If they didn't, then there's no way that you would grow past a certain age, because we do so many things, we eat so many things that are bad for us. Our bodies have to rest and heal. We are our own self-proclaimed doctors. And once we can figure out and unlock how we're unconsciously doing that, then we'll create a beautiful world that detaches itself from the old momentum, right? But everybody has to learn how to walk that path for themselves, because the last thing that I want, or what anybody else wants, is to rely upon one person to heal everybody. That's ultimately, I think, what killed Jesus, is because he was in a time where he did his best to reveal truths that we are our own healers. There isn't any other connection other than between us and ourselves. Any kind of double-minded thought form where we create this object-subject thing pulls us away from ourselves. So we are all part of one another. We are all each other's children. Just the things I've been thinking about over the past couple days, and when I do tarot readings or I do anything else, it's always with the backing of that. Whether I want to listen to see what's going on, or maybe understand how maybe I'm just projecting that, whatever it is that reading is. Maybe that's what I'm going through, and I'm resonating with other people that are going through the same thing. We're living in a unified field, so either our hearts are growing closer together or they're not. And the only way that they can really grow closer together is just accept where everything's at, and maybe teach a new way of being and working together. So, just my thoughts. Walking with puppy. She needs to get out, and it's a beautiful day. I'm sure it's a beautiful day wherever you're at too. Love you guys.